I am live. Hello. Hello, Beatles fans. Are we ready to play Beatles Significa, Beatles trivia, the cool Beatles trivia game, Significa? Can't tell if anybody's out there yet. Find out shortly. I'm like a minute early. Not too bad. So, hard telling if anybody is out there, though. It's not showing so. And I know you all love my Beatles trivia tour. what else can you do to break up a mundane day or escape a stressful day? Playing Beatles trivia is always a win-win situation because you learn something new all the time. Nobody I've run into, myself included, knows every answer to every one of the 832 questions in the Significa card game. So you learn something new every time you play. Probably several things new. Plus, you get to hear Beatle music in the background. That's what it's all about, right? Music. And so it's a fun escape from a busy day. It's midweek, hump day, midweek, midday. You know, what better time? So I cannot tell if there is anybody out there. So maybe I will just start, right? Um, First, here is the reason for the season. This is my Beatles Significa music history card game. It's a trivia game. It can be played by two or more people. Um, and there's points and things, but we're not doing that. We're just doing it as trivia, just to learn something new about the Beatles. So this little game has 832 questions and answers covering every aspect of the Beatles. And it's the Beatle years only, from birth through Beatlemania to the breakup. And then that's it. This card deck is from like 1982. You can see it's a bit worn. And the cards are really interesting, though, because they have a lot of information to give. I don't know how well you can see it. It's kind of small, but it has questions on one side, like the top is all the questions, and then the bottom is the answers, but it's the answers on the other side. For instance, the answers you're looking at on the bottom of that go with the top of the other side. So kind of interesting there, right? So anyway, a couple things I wanted to mention. Paul McCartney has a new book out. Apparently, he was taking pictures with a 35 millimeter camera the whole time that the Beatles were in their early years, the trip to the U.S. and all of that. And he was taking pictures the whole time. And I guess forgot about them. But anyway, they resurfaced a while back and he put them into a book. and it is really a nice book. It's what you would call a coffee table book for sure. You know, it and the pictures are really really interesting, you know, because it's from his perspective, and he has them all identified, but they're candid photos. Like there's Ringo getting a shave, maybe that is, and John doing something with his hair there. Um, it's as I said, it's a nice book, and it's never seen before. You know, photographs like these. I don't know how well you can see them better. The front of the book, that photograph is from when they were in Manhattan for the Ed Sullivan Show, and that was the crowd chasing them down the street as they were leaving in the limo. So typical of the Beatles, right? Everybody run them. Anyway, the book's called 1964, The Eyes of the Storm. Now, the photos that were used in this book are on display right now in London at the London Gallery of Art. Is that what it is? The National Portrait Gallery in London. Okay, now on Thursday, a week from tomorrow, Thursday, June 29th, 2 o'clock US time, there is Paul McCartney is going to be live online from the National Portrait Gallery. Okay, so I'm not sure what the event is about. Well, I mean, it's about his pictures, but I mean, I don't know what he's going to do. I guess it'll be an interview or some such stuff. And so I wanted to tell you all about it. And because it's a live event, it's live streamed, you know, like we're doing now. It costs £10 for a booking fee. Okay. And so I have my ticket. Yes, I do. So if you contact the National Portrait Gallery, then you can get your ticket. And what they do is they will send me a link to the event like the day before or something like that. So I'm thinking it must be going to be some kind of Zoom platform, perhaps. But anyway, I'm excited. I will be there to see whatever it is they're going to be doing. I'm excited for it. Okay, time for Beatles trivia, I do believe. Okay. Now, let's see. I always, I'm always looking for people from the UK to come and play Beatles trivia with us because a lot of the questions are based on the UK. For instance, when the Beatles were recording their albums, the album that they released in the US would not be exactly the same as the album they would release in the UK at the same time. You know, it might have a different picture on the front of the album, or it might have different tracks, something like that. So there are questions about the Beatles in the UK. So it would be cool if we had some, you know, people from England. That would be good. Okay, but us Americans, we got it too. Alrighty, so first question. Are we ready? I'll read the question, read it twice, pause for the coughs, and then give you the answer after, you know, a few couple minutes, seconds, whatever. Okay, so here we go. In what song does John ask his date not to wear the same color as the girl who broke his heart? Okay, I'll read again. In what song does John ask his date not to wear the same color as the girl who broke his heart? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. We love me do that's a good song. Tick tock, tick tock, tick. Love me do. Okay, so the answer to that, the song, is called "Yes It Is," and it does. How does it go? Please don't wear red tonight. Remember what I said tonight. For red is the color that my baby wore, and what's more, it's true. Yes, it is. It's true. Yes, it is. Oh gosh, I didn't know I knew that much of that song. Okay, good for me. All right, which is the? Oh, see, here we go. Look at this. Which is the only British Beatles LP consisting solely of Lennon-McCartney compositions? That's a good one, right? Which is the only British Beatle LP consisting solely of Lennon-McCartney compositions. In other words, the UK has an album with songs that Ringo and George didn't write. Right? Okay, so let's see what the answer is. A Hard Day's Night. The answer was A Hard Day's Night. Huh? Okay. Next question. Ringo blows bubbles in a glass of water on which of his compositions? This might be easy. Ringo blows bubbles in a glass of water on which of his compositions? Anybody know? Well, it is. Of course, remember Ringo had he had all those water songs, right? Yellow Submarine and Octopus's Garden. And that is the answer to this question. Octopus's Garden. Come on. Okay. Next. On the Beatles' first U.S. visit, what happened at a British embassy party to make Ringo furious? On the Beatles' first U.S. visit, what happened at a British embassy party to make Ringo furious? Anybody recall what that might have been? You? The answer is a lady chopped off a piece of his hair. Oh my goodness. Let me read that question again. What? On the Beatles' first U.S. visit, what happened at a British embassy party to make Ringo furious? A woman chopped off a piece of his hair. Oh my God, I'm glad it happened at the British embassy and not the U.S. embassy. Wow. Okay, next. Paul was particularly unhappy with the orchestration added by Phil Spector to what song on the Let It Be album? Paul was particularly unhappy with the orchestration added by Phil Spector to what song on the Let It Be album? When you went, hey, Martin, Octopus's Garden, got it. Let's see, the answer is The Long and Winding Road. So, okay, Paul didn't like the orchestration that Phil Spector put on The Long and Winding Road. Phil Spector, he was known for that wall of sound. He was like a big music producer for sure. Didn't end well for him though. Okay, next question. What French children's song can be heard in the harmony vocals on Paperback Writer? What French children's song can be heard in the harmony vocals on Paperback Writer? You got a guess for that, Martin? I'm glad you're responding. It gets weird when nobody chats. Okay, question again was the French song. Okay. You're absolutely correct. That's what it is. Oh, Judy, yeah. Hey guys, good to see you. Yeah, you guys are correctamundo. Okay, next. The Beatles and other Liverpool groups playing in Hamburg were greatly influenced by what performer there? He came from London. The Beatles and other Liverpool groups playing in Hamburg were greatly influenced by what performer there? He came from London. Yeah, let's see, Mark. Do you have this? Let me look at that spelling. Yeah, Farajaka. Farah is Frere. Very good. Very good. Okay, so who was the Beatles' mentor that came from London? I'm trying to think. What? No. Oh my goodness, who was it? All right, you're gonna have to look at the answer. Tony Sheridan. I thought I couldn't think of the name. Tony Sheridan. That makes sense. Tony Sheridan, because he had didn't the Beatles take or borrow one of his drummers or something? Something I don't know. Okay, so Tony Sheridan is the answer. Next question. Beginning in June 1963, the Beatles hosted a series of 15 BBC radio programs under what title? Beginning in June 1963, the Beatles hosted a series of 15 BBC radio programs under what title? 63. Well, see, BBC, we probably wouldn't have been able to even hear that. Oh my goodness, they didn't even have internet. There was no way we would be hearing radio from England. Pop Go the Beatles is the answer. Pop Go the Beatles, I guess kind of a play on words. Probably John came up with that. He was good with the plays on words, right? But yeah, Pop Go the Beatles. Okay, one card down. They add it to the stack. Next card. Get a sip of tea here. Did you, Judy and Martin, did you hear what I was telling you about Paul McCartney's live event from the National Portrait Gallery in London? It's a live event. It's his tour. He released a book of photographs, and now the photographs are on display, and he's having a live event there. I think it must be Zoom or something like that, but £10 for a ticket. I got mine. What can I say? I got mine. Okay, question. The 4 photos on the Beatles 65 album cover depict the 4 seasons. What are the Beatles holding in the one for spring? Oh my goodness. The 4 photos on the Beatles 65 album cover depict the 4 seasons. What are the Beatles holding in the one for spring. I used to have that album, but I don't recall the Four Seasons really. I thought it was them in their gray suits on the cover, but who knows? Umbrellas, aha. That would be a good one. Umbrella is good. Springs, that doesn't make any sense. It says springs. What are the Beatles holding in the one for spring? The answer is springs. Really? Okay. That's what the experts say. I don't know about that. Who plays lead guitar on Get Back? Who plays lead guitar on Get Back? It's probably John. Lead guitar? Flowers. That was a good guess too, Judy. Springs. I don't get that. I like umbrellas and flowers better than springs. I wouldn't think of spring from springs unless it's a play on the word and not the season. I don't know. Who am I? Wonder why. Okay. Who plays lead guitar on Get Back? That would be John. That would be John. It could have been George, but because Paul, man, he's got that mean bass. Whoa, he's got that rockin' bass, so we know what he was playing. On John and Yoko's Life with the Lions album, what track respectfully follows Baby's Heartbeat? Okay. On John and Yoko's Life with the Lions album, what track respectfully follows Baby's Heartbeat? It's like I'm reading a foreign language here. Let's see, we got Ringo and we got George, huh? Well, oh, that was for the one before, for John. Okay, the what's the answer to this question? On John and Yoko's Life with the Lions, what track respectfully follows Baby's Heartbeat? I'm not familiar with this album, with this particular John and Yoko album. And I don't get the word respectfully. What track respectfully follows Baby's Heartbeat? Guess we're gonna have to look and find out, won't we? I never, yeah, see, same here. Same here, Martin. Oh, you know what? No, I take that back. I have had double fantasy. Still might somewhere. Walls and Bridges. John Lennon's Walls and Bridges. Oh my gosh. That is like one of my favorite of his solo albums, Walls and Bridges. That's a good one. Okay, yeah, I don't know the answer to this either, so let's find out. Well, 2 minute silence. What? 2 minutes of silence. Oh my goodness. 2 minute silence. I wonder, now we're going to have to go listen to that album or ask Alexa to play the song, because 2 minute silence, is that a song or is it 2 minutes of silence? I don't know. Hard telling with them anyway, right? In 1969, the Beatles vied with the ATV Corporation for control of what music publishing company? In 1969, the Beatles vied with the ATV Corporation for control of what music publishing company? So, any, yeah, Apple. That's kind of thinking Apple maybe. Let's find it. Northern Songs. says Northern Songs at ATV1. The Northern Songs, I thought, wasn't that a label that George Harrison had at one time? I don't know. It seems like it, like, I think that had something to do with George, but could be wrong. Might be wrong. Probably wrong. Okay, here we go. In the Magical Mystery Tour stripper scene, the okay, hold on. In the Magical Mystery Tour stripper scene, the Bonzo Dog Buddha Bash Band plays a song called Death Cab for blank. This is weird. In the Magical Mystery Tour stripper scene, the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band plays a song called Death Cab for, and that's Death Cab, CAB, like a yellow cab, for blank. Cutie. Oh, really? You're right. You're right, Martin. Death Cab for Cutie. Very good. I've never heard of that. All right. Cool. Okay, next. Let's see. Next is okay. Let's see. In Within You, Without You, people are described to gain the world and lose what? In Within You, Without You, people are described who gain the world and lose what? Some of these questions are crazy. I guess cutie because I know this would be, oh wow. Let's see. No. No. And Within You, Without You, people are described to gain the world and lose their soul. Gain the world and lose their soul. Okay, if you say so. Okay, two more questions. Here's one about George. George is heard playing what sort of guitar for the first time on the Can't Buy Me Love single? George is heard playing what sort of guitar for the first time on the Can't Buy Me Love single? I want to guess sitar, but I don't think I hear sitar or 12 string. Sitar 12 string. Acoustic, could be. All right. Sitar, 12 string, acoustic, any other guesses? No. It is 12 string, electric 12 string. Okay, electric 12 string. Okay, last question. Beyond the blue horizon, far above the clouds, in the land that no one knows, live 4 or 5 blank. Beyond the blue horizon, far above the clouds, in the land that no one knows, live 4 or 5 what? People, animals, crows. Beyond the blue horizon, far above the clouds, in the land that no one knows, live 4 or 5. Are you ready for it? Magicians. Is this the Fool on the Hill song, maybe? From the Fool on the Hill? It's magicians, live 4 or 5 magicians. Very, very cool. Well, my friends, it is time to wrap this up. And I don't have another Beatles one scheduled, but I will probably do one for next week. And Friday is Minute Mysteries. I'm doing Minute Mysteries Friday, same time, same stations. So feel free to join me. And there's a new platform coming into being. It's called Rickshaw, Rickshaw Rickshaw Virtual Tours, and I've joined that platform, so I'll be doing tours from it. You can find more information on my Facebook page, but they have some really cool things that Hago didn't have. You know, they have some really different things, like I can communicate directly with other guides and with travelers. I can oh my goodness, travelers can call. I could be hanging out at the beach and I could get a message. Hey, you want to do put tour? You know, we'll charge so much money or whatever, a couple bucks. You know, it's fun and it's more. They do solo tours too, which is more interactive. Like, unlike this, I can see you and hear you, like a Zoom kind of format. But anyway, check it out, Rickshaw. A bunch of Hago guides are on there as well. So it's a new company. Anyway, oh, you are welcome. Yes, they were some definitely tough questions. It's amazing, you know. We can do this forever. I mean, 832 questions, and yeah, they were hard. They were definitely hard. And you're welcome for my sharing. I have wanted to find something to do with these cards since 1982, and now I have. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. And y'all take care, and I'll see you around soon, right? Bye.